Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have the Hierophant card. So this is where you are interacting with the bigger institutions. So this could be hospitals, this can be universities, it can be you know, the governmental stuff as well. You could see that whatever as well, for those of you that work for employers, there may be something that is, you know, there might be sanctions, there might be new rules, new regulations that are coming into play within your job, within the scope of what it is that you do for work. So there could be something of that nature coming in for you this week. On a personal level, this could see you either interacting with a local authority of some sort, maybe a bigger institution, or maybe in some way, shape or form there's a part of you that is deciding to become the authority, that is deciding to step up into or take things in a bigger direction. So if you have your own business, maybe you finally decide to I think it's called incorporate it, right? If you own your own business, maybe you're taking it limited, you know, maybe you're making it an actual entity. So lots of that kind of energy this week. And the other thing with the Hierophant card as well, I very often see this about initiation, right? So this is very much the kind of energy where you see things become a lot more concrete, a lot more, you know, they're done a lot more traditionally. This is where where things take a bit more of a traditional leaning, so to speak. So for your actions and options, you've got the Page of Pentacles. For those of you that are interacting with banks, financial institutions this week, it looks like a lot of you could be seeking out loans, maybe some sort of funding, maybe some sort of grant or some sort of handout that you need in order to start a business, in order to sustain the business that you already have, or maybe to grow the business that you have. For a lot of you, you could be making this crossover this week, or certainly putting those plans in place to take something from, right, this was just an idea at the conceptual level, and now I want to turn it into a business. Now I want to turn it into something real. Your actions and options is about what you do, right? It's about how you use your energy, how you show up in the world. Page of Pentacles is the something small that you do that can potentially earn you money, that can potentially sustain you. But at its deeper level, the Page of Pentacles, very often about what pulls you on a soul level, what your soul feels moved to actually do or create in this world. So very interesting, very powerful, and very earthy week for you so far. For your communications and conversations, you've got the King of Wands. Now this is interesting because the King of Wands has come up a lot for this position throughout the signs. Well, I say a lot, I think it's like twice or three times, but you know, once, twice, three times a message. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen on the wider world stage in terms of communications. Fire sign male can very often, the King of Wands can very often represent a fire sign male, but can also be people in positions of authority or positions of power. Remember, the King of Wands is kind of a nod to the Emperor. It's a very similar energy. So I'm intrigued to see what happens on a wider world stage. For you personally, look at this, it falls right underneath the Hierophant card. This week you could be, I mean, in many ways as well, right? An archetype of you shows up as a King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. So some aspect of you shows up this week regardless. And this is in your communications. This could be you speaking about what it is that you want, what it is that you expect, what it is that you need going forward in order to fulfill your duties. It could see you interacting with bosses, big institutions, financial institutions. There could be like a big thing going on there. It could be as well that this week you get some sort of news about a settlement of some sort. Doesn't have to be financial, but it could be. But yeah, it looks like you're coming to some sort of what feels like a crescendo or a completion. Certainly a culmination of sorts is taking place for you with or around an authority figure, or maybe even a governing body. For your money and materials, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot of earth energy here for you guys this week. So I'm really intrigued to see what's going on. Look at that, you've got the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. So your money is steady this week, right? So there's no big changes, there's no big ups, but there's also no big downs, right? So that's great. It's slow, it's steady. Whatever goals or ideas you're putting into practice this week, they are going to have far-reaching ripples, which is actually a good thing, right? It means that whatever you're building at the moment, or certainly that you're starting to build or manifest at this moment in time, these things have a solid chance at truly lasting, at truly being something for or in the long term, which is fantastic. When it comes to your home and environment, Knight of Pentacles, it looks like some of you could be either working on or purchasing a new car of some sort. The other thing is as well, it looks like you're starting to really get into the thick of it with doing something to the home. For some of you, not all of you, but for a select few of you, it does appear that you have finally found the place that you're ready to move to, which is really, really exciting. And then finally, for your physical health, this is a week to look out for your knees and your bones, right? Again, I'm not a medical professional, I can't give you that kind of advice, but this is a week to really look after those, okay? For your love and relations, you've got the Six of Wands. Your relationship is settled, right? Your relationship is good. For those of you that are partnered, married, long-term commitment, relationship is tight. And look at this, right? It's the Six of Wands, which is you guys celebrating your love, celebrating your emotions, celebrating your connections, celebrating that just inner sense of knowing that you have towards each other, which is really beautiful. And it means as well, on a mundane, every single day level, you guys are solid, right? And really, if you want to rack up the years in a relationship, it's your day-to-day stuff that counts, right? That's the same rule for everything in life, let's be honest. What you do every day speaks to what you will get every year, all right? So lovely. And then for those of you that are single, this could definitely be a week where you are maybe taking some sort of commute, some sort of journey or travel, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles. But the thing is, this is kind of a long distance commute, or it will certainly be one that you've been meaning to take for some time. With your Six of Wands, there is a potential for you to meet somebody. Again, King of Wands with the Hierophant, this could be somebody in a position of power, somebody that is an authority figure, somebody that has a, you know, at real sort of base level, this could be somebody that, because I saw a combination like this earlier as well, somebody that has a very physical job, something that is, you know, landscaper, personal trainer, you know, martial artist, you know, all of the above. You kind of get my point. But yeah, it looks to be a really nice week for you guys. Lots of slow, steady energy, lots of progression here as well. Which I really like. And it looks like this week as well, you're not afraid to go toe to toe with the big boys, you know, like even if your company is just you and one other person, or just you, it's like, yeah, I don't care, I'll interact with the big banks, I'll interact with all of the big business people, no problem, I'm about that. You know, like, I'm here for it. But yeah, it looks like you guys are definitely in your power this week, which is a really nice thing to see. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up.